This video is for entertainment purposes only. None of the information you're about to hear should be considered medical advice, and you should always consult a licensed medical practitioner before embarking on a health or lifestyle change. Might help if I unmute myself. Hopefully that's good now. Let me know one way or the other. um, the You may notice something a little different tonight. We're testing out a new feature on StreamYard that allows us to stream in two different aspects. So there's actually two live streams running right now. One is horizontal and one is vertical. So depending on what device you're on, if you're on a computer, horizontal live stream is probably better. If you're on a phone, then the vertical one might be your way to go. But like you say, you may have seen multiple notifications for live streams tonight because it actually sets up two separate live streams. So feel free to watch whatever one you want. I think a lot of people will probably wind up in the horizontal one, but on my screen here, I can see comments from both live streams, so we won't miss anyone. So yeah, so this is a first time test of this just to see how it goes. Earlier when I was setting things up, my camera was not happy with me and it kept going off. So fingers crossed things go all right for the live stream. It was just cutting it off and I'd have to start it up again. So we'll see how that goes. Matt and Mouse were here early. I think they're in a meeting though, so they may drop back in a bit later. Just want to see if that shows up. Just wondering if okay, so it is showing the comments on the vertical live stream and it shows at the top. That's interesting. And Philbeck's here. Good to see you, Anne. Thanks for coming in. Lynn is here. Always appreciate seeing you, Lynn. SK Sports Talk 86 is here. We were just over at Tuber Chat Connect and Grow for live stream, which is still going on. So thanks for everybody that's dropping in here early. I think Kevin's gonna redirect his live stream over here at 8 o'clock when he's done, kind of thing. So welcome to anybody that's new to the Thursday night live stream. We don't do an awful lot here. We just hang out, talk, and see what's going on with everyone. Let's see who else is here. Scratchy Pete's in the house. Good to see you, Pete. I think Pete is showing up in both live streams. I appreciate that, my friend. Lori Olson's here. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Rick is here. Rick's hanging out over at the vertical live stream. I can tell from the there's a little symbol that StreamYard puts beside your comments over here, so I can see which one you're in, kind of thing. So that's cool. Or which one you're commenting from, if you're at both of them. Booby Goats is here. Thanks for coming in, and happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Hopefully you're surviving the holidays so far. Not eating yourself into a food coma or anything. Done that enough times. Let's see who else is here. Yeah, sorry about that. For some reason, when I run that intro at the beginning of the live stream, it turns the mute on. my mic, but doesn't turn it off. So I guess I have to remember to turn it off myself. But thanks for letting me know. Henry is here. Henry Leslie of Vermont is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Lynn's saying she could see both on her phone and on the TV. That's cool. Again, this is sort of just a test. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing, the dual live streaming. Let's see how it goes. If it's, we were discussing this earlier in Tuber Chat. A lot of people don't like vertical live streaming, but I guess really ultimately depends on what device you're watching the live stream on. Again, if you're watching it on a phone, the aspect should turn out better than a horizontal live stream. But if you're on a computer or on a TV, then the horizontal is probably going to line up better. But at least this gives you the option to be involved in the live stream sort of regardless. The only thing that I can see that's probably not ideal is that people chatting in one live stream can't see the people chatting in the other live stream until I sort of show it on screen kind of thing. So that's kind of, it would be nice if the chat was integrated between the two YouTube live streams and not just the StreamYard. So maybe they'll get there at some point. Loretta and Jason Off Grid is here. Thanks for coming in. They're on the vertical live stream. Yep. It's we're going to be running this for this evening at least, see how it goes. Just run the dual aspect. This is something new that StreamYard has started offering. Basically, when you set up your live stream, you just say, use both aspects and it sets it up for you. So yeah, I was looking for the comments. I'm like, where's the comments? And then sure enough, they put it at the top of the screen, which I guess makes sense. There's room for it there. Joe is here. Thank you for coming in, Joe. Appreciate you being here. Nora is in the house. Thanks for coming in, Nora. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, the one thing I have done with the vertical live stream is that it's got subscribers only turned on, and you need to be subscribed for at least 5 minutes before you can chat, so that it just sort of cuts back on the people that just want to come in and comment nonsense kind of thing. So I appreciate you all being here. Whether you're in, doesn't matter which stream you're in, whatever works best for you. That's why I'm trying to do both at the same time. Sleepy just did an hour on the vibration plate. That's a good amount of time. Good for you. Watching football and watching my gravy with almond flour was a hit. Nice. That sounds good. Just switched over to horizontal. It's more better on my pooter. Yep. And that's the nice thing about this, because like I say, depending on what device you're watching on, like I didn't, in the future, I will try and cross tag the other stream kind of thing, so that you can tell which one you're seeing when you get notified kind of thing. So you can choose which one you want to go into, just to make it easier on your end kind of thing. Because again, I know that some people don't like vertical live or vertical anything, because if you're on a computer, it just doesn't look great. And then vice versa, if you're on a phone, horizontal might not be the best. Might not be the best option either. So this gives you the opportunity to watch it the way you like to watch it, basically. Let's
make sure we're not missing anyone here. Lady Fritzader's here. Thank you for coming in. Loretta's here, but multitasking. I appreciate you being here anyways. Much appreciated. Yeah, if you have a channel and you want to post a link to it, just type #Thrive in the chat and Nightbot will post your channel link for you. Looks like Nightbot's working in both live streams, so that is another win, I guess. Usually watch on my TV. Cool. Yeah, I usually watch on either on my computer or laptop, and then every so often I'll watch on my phone, but not too often. Usually it's only if I'm at work or something and someone goes live and I have some time to watch them. Okay, Martin Miller still here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate y'all coming over. Probably be a few new faces tonight with the raid coming over from Tuber Chat, so I definitely appreciate that. Kevin's always great with that, sending people over this way. I always appreciate the redirects from that channel for sure. Ann Gables is here. Thanks for coming in, Ann. I appreciate it. Not sure if you've been in the live stream before, but if this is your first time, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome by everyone. Mary Catherine Loves Cats is here. Another Tuber Chat family member is in the house. I just did vertical and a few of my live streams this week, and the feedback was everyone liked horizontal better, but vertical streams do get pushed out more, and it's neat that you can do dual. Yes. So sort of my my sort of take on vertical live streams, you are correct, is that and it's not that they get pushed out more necessarily. It is if you put any content on YouTube now that is in a vertical aspect, there is a possibility that it gets put on the shorts feed. So that's why you get more exposure. Sometimes with vertical live streams is that you will get onto the shorts feed. So people just scrolling through the shorts feed can come across your live stream, which usually live streams are more of a notification based view. So along with that, unfortunately, comes a lot of people coming into your live stream that may or may not, they're out there, a lot of trolls and a lot of people that just have nothing good to say about anything, basically, and we all know it. We've seen it before. So unfortunately, that's something that you expose yourself to with the vertical live streams as well. That's not to say that it's not, that'll happen to everybody. But that's why I have the subscriber only mode turned on the vertical live stream, so that it cuts back on the amount of people, because usually if you have to be subscribed to comment, most people are just going to move on before they wait the 5 minutes. So, and it's been on the rebounder every day. That's awesome. Belt Loot 29 is in here. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for adding the likes and the subs. Really appreciate it. If you could hit your thumbs up, whatever live stream you're on, that would be appreciated. I'd like to see sort of any kind of analytics on these live streams to see if doing this dual live stream helps in any way overall. Again, I'm not sure that it's necessarily going to change an awful lot, except for the except for allowing all of you to pick whichever one that it suits your device the best, kind of thing. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Boogie woogie. Nora's still here over on the vertical side. Okay, and Gables have not been in this live stream before, but thank you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. I think it depends on what you're used to watching. I think the vertical does get pushed out more, but I think the length of view would be shorter. Yes. And the one thing you have to think and always consider too is that, yes, you will see if you do, and I've seen it quite a few times, a lot of vertical live streams that go out will wind up with, 6,000, 7,000 views, which is amazing. I'm not taking anything away from and this is, everybody has to do exactly what they want to do on their channel. Keep in mind though, if your content is on the shorts feed, they changed what a view was a few months ago. So even with shorts, no matter what it is on the shorts feed, if someone scrolls on their phone and your content pops up, even if they scroll right past, that's a view. So are they viewing, or are they just is it just actually getting put in front of them? They don't even have to stay for a full second for it to count as a view. So keep that in mind when you see, the huge numbers. And again, like I say, I'm not taking away anything that anyone does with their YouTube channels. Is just the details that you have to keep in mind when you're doing things. I think it brings more trolls. Yep, absolutely. A lot of people are on the shorts feed that don't have anything good to say. That's for sure. Matt Mouse is back in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well out in the West Coast there, not buried by snow or anything. Although you guys probably don't get too bad out there. Man, today was just nasty. Like, not really snowing, but so windy and so cold. And, compared to the last couple of days, it's really gotten cold lately. So, and then we have the chance of getting stuck in some snow squalls over the next couple of days, which could really, really bring the snow. I'm just hoping that it doesn't, but we'll see what happens. Everyone's saying hi. There's sub-only tab for verticals located. So Nora, I found it because I set it up with StreamYard. So basically, it set it up as a vertical live stream in the YouTube content dashboard. So I was able to open the details for that live stream and go into customization and change and turn on the subscriber only mode. So I'm not sure how you would do it if you're doing it through your phone app. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. I would think there is, but someone who's done that before would have to answer that question, because I've never live streamed through my phone or through the YouTube app. So yeah, true doesn't equal watch time. And again, don't take this as saying don't do it. Again, we all do what we what we know is best for our channels. The subscribers, a lot of the subscribers that you can pick up on vertical content as well, doesn't always translate to engaged viewership on your horizontal content, if you know what I mean. Because a lot of people that subscribe from a vertical platform aren't going to be interested in watching your, traditional full-length videos. And that's what my channel is about. If I don't have people watching my full-length videos, which I don't these days, but that's neither here nor there, then my channel can't survive, because I don't have time to go on live streams every day. It's just not something I can do. So I have to rely on my traditional content being watched. So you just have to keep in mind who your audience actually is. You know, like if you're what you do is live streaming and that's sort of the thing you do, then I would definitely do as many vertical live streams as you can, because then that's what your audience is going to be. It's just that you may find that when you put out traditional content, the viewership from that vertical side of YouTube may not watch your traditional content as much. So, and again, these are all just things to keep in mind. As I've said already, you just have to do what you think was best for your channel, because that's all we can do. And again, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Hopefully you're having a good day and, you know, enjoying family and friends and sort of whatever you're up to, watching football or just hanging out kind of thing. Lucy Warren's World's here. It's good to see you. Yeah. So hopefully everyone's had a good week so far. It is Thursday, so the weekend is almost here again. If you saw the one of the posts I put up this week, where I'm going to try something a little bit different for chaffle recipes coming up. I sort of asked you all what kind of ingredients you think might, you know, be unusual or sort of pushing the boundaries of the ingredients that we can put in chaffles, you know, because I'm usually coming up with chaffle recipes that just have, you know, fairly common ingredients that, you know, most people are going to like, without getting into anything, you know, uncommon that are going to turn people off. But I think it's time to start doing some more of those. I've done them in the past. I had a series that was called Will It Chaffle, basically coming up with things that may or may not work. Because people have pointed out that for the most part, my videos are all about chaffle recipes that I personally feel have worked out in the long run, which they have, but that's only because I sort of choose ingredients that I know that I like. Again, they're not going to be for everybody, but for the most part, you know, chocolate peanut butter chaffles, really, who's not going to like things like that, right? So we have the question here: what interesting ideas did we get from the recent post? So basically, and again, this was on my community tab. I asked for input about what people would like to see as far as weird ingredients for me to make in chaffles. We got sardines from Miss Lynn here. Oh, where is she? Yeah, of course she had to bring up sardines again. I've already done a sardines chaffle, but we'll come up with something new for Lynn. We got anchovies, which, you know, believe it or not, was actually something that I wanted to try eventually, because I do like anchovies. So that's another. So sardines, anchovies, and then Kendra from Consume the Goodness, she had the best one so far. She said peanut butter and pickles. So yeah, that should be interesting. But like I said, I asked for it, and, you know, I want to get those weird combinations of things that people may like that I can try and put in a chaffle and see how they turn out. Yes, sardines. Like I say, I have done sardines in chaffles before, and they actually turned out pretty good. But see, I like sardines, so it's one of those things. And again, I just want to try something different as far as the recipes go, and involve all of you a little bit more in the process. the coming up with weird, unusual ingredients seems to be more attractive when it comes to viewers, kind of thing. So that's sort of where we're heading with that. Julia Edens is here. Thank you for coming in. Nikki Silverstacker is here. Thank you for joining. And as always, if you want to drop a link to your channel, just type #Thrive in the chat. Either one, whether you're at the vertical live stream, the horizontal, Nightbot will drop your link for you. And again, if you're just joining, we're dual live streaming. There is a vertical and a horizontal live stream running at the moment. So if you're seeing the vertical, but you want to be at the horizontal, you can find that link over in my channel content kind of thing, and you can drop over there if you want, and vice versa. If you're on a phone, you want to see it in vertical, you can go over to the other one. So that's why we're doing the dual streaming, just to try and accommodate everybody and the device they're watching on. So yeah, so I think the idea with this new sort of series of chaffle recipes is we're going to put them on, one of those wheel of name things like you see, over at Tuber Chat or on other channels. Basically each week we'll spin the wheel and see what the wheel picks for us, and then the following week we'll make that chaffle. I already picked up some anchovies, and I have sardines, and I have pickles and peanut butter. I still don't know how I'm going to make that into a chaffle, but I think Kendra kind of suggested that I don't put them together and actually cook them in a chaffle, but what's the fun in not trying something like that, right? Football over, Cowboys beat Chiefs. Now I'm watching TV. Thank you. Rick saying, glad to see you now like sardines, Lynn. Well, I don't know. Do you like sardines, Lynn, or are you just trying to get everyone else to like them? So yeah, that's the idea for that sort of series as we go, kind of thing. And hopefully it turns out well. Oh, thank you for that, Juliet. Really appreciate that. That's an amazing super chat. Thanks for your support. Juliet's got a lot of great content over there. You seem to be either live or posting something almost every day. So everyone make sure you check out Juliet Edens, Coach Juliet. I think she dropped her link up here a little bit earlier. So if you haven't checked her out, definitely go do so. Yeah. And again, that's the thing with these new ingredients that we're going to try out, is definitely either going to be really liked by people or completely turn people off. So we'll see what happens. I'm too afraid to try them. Don't think I'll be happy when I open a can of sardines. Yeah. I was the same way at first, Lynn, but I gave them a try. I think the biggest thing with them is more the odor, like the smell, like the fishy smell that comes off of them that can be off-putting. And, it's kind of a shame, because one of the best ways I've found to have sardines is if you can mix sardines in with scrambled eggs, stuff like that. That helps. You can mix it in with tuna and mayo, or just make it like tuna kind of thing. That helps. Hot sauce, tomato sauce, stuff like that. That really helps them as well. It's just a matter of getting over the whole thought of eating whole fish is kind of the thing. And then, like Juliet's saying, yeah, I'm going to try boneless, skinless mackerel, which is good as well. Mackerel is really good, and they have the same sort of good nutrients in them. The small fish do. So Gloria's platter is here. Thank you for coming in, Gloria. Appreciate it. I see Gloria is over on the vertical stream tonight. Again, if you're just coming in, we're dual live streaming, one vertical and one horizontal. So if you're not seeing all of these comments, that's because they're over on the other live stream, but I'll try and put everyone's comment up on the screen as they come in. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yeah, so we're going to call the wheel of regret, because I know eventually I'm going to regret some of these ingredients that we make into chaffles. I agree. They taste fine, but odor can be strong. I still eat, though on occasion, prefer eggs. Yeah, for sure. I eat a ton of eggs, so that's for sure. No long time no see Pete. Yeah, it is a long time if we don't see Pete at least 2 or 3 times a day. Thank you for that, Gloria. Yeah, whatever sort of live stream you are in, if you can hit the thumbs up on either one, that would be appreciated. Or if you're at both, like I think Pete is, if you can hit the thumbs up on each one, that would be amazing. It really helps. Juliet saying, tell Gloria I said hello. Gloria might do a vertical live tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely, and you probably heard this already, Gloria, but if you are going to do a vertical live stream, just make sure you have a couple of moderators there with you if you're going to do a vertical live stream that you don't have subscribers mode turned on for, because things can go bad very quickly if you don't. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to do it. You know, a lot of people are doing the vertical live streams, and that's why I wanted to test out this dual streaming from StreamYard tonight to see how it goes. Again, I don't know if there's really going to be a lot of benefit to it other than you all being able to pick which one you want to watch. A chaffelier. Huh, okay. That sounds cool. Sardines, that's how he eats them, like a vitamin. Yep. Everyone's still saying hi. Only Pete comes to my live streams. I think I've been there before and seen a few people there, but yeah, like I say, it's, if you haven't done the vertical live streams before, you just have to keep in mind the vertical live streams can wind up on the shorts feed, and you're going to get people coming into your live streams that may or may not have good things to say while they're there. So it's always a good idea to have a moderator or two handy to help you look after the bad comments that may or may not come. And again, I'm not trying to scare anyone from doing it. I'm just trying to, help you make sure that you don't have to worry too much about what you're doing. And that's why for this first one that I did with the vertical, I have subscribers only turned on, so that try and keep people from coming in that don't have much good to say. So to do a Black Friday stream, that'd be cool. Andy's here. Thanks for coming in, Andy. I appreciate it. What do you mean out of the moderators? Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. Pete's always good to see Pete for sure. We've got Cabrera Cabaret Universe, thank you for coming in. Yeah, time difference, people being busy for sure. Now it looks like the Tuber Chat raid is on the way in. Thanks to Kevin from Tuber Chat for doing that tonight. Yeah, I've been to your lives before as well. So yeah, no, we'll definitely. I'll keep an eye out for that, Gloria, too. If you do that live stream tomorrow night, and I'm around, I'll definitely drop by. So thanks for everyone joining from Tuber Chat. If you're if you are a creator and you haven't sort of connected with Tuber Chat, I would definitely suggest you do. It's a great community to go meet new creators and expand your reach of sort of network kind of thing. So baklava chaffle. Oh boy. That would be interesting. You know, I can just taste it now, just you saying that. That would be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how we could sort of come up with that one, but you know, I'll put that on the list as well to think about, see if we can come up with something. I've been thinking about coming up with a tiramisu chaffle or tiramisu chaffle dessert kind of thing, because I really like mascarpone cheese. So that's been on the list of trying to figure out as well. So, but yeah, I'll put that on the list to try out for sure. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone of my American friends. We had our Thanksgiving last month, but hope you're all enjoying your day down there, whatever you're doing. If you're with friends and family, or watching football, or having a big meal, just hopefully everyone's being safe and enjoying themselves. We went out, came home, and baked a cake for 10,000 subs. Cool. That's awesome, Gloria. Gloria, if nobody hasn't heard this already, is that the Gloria is sort of who talked me into going to Tuber Chat the first time. I was watching her live streams and that she kept mentioning Tuber Chat. You got to go check out Tuber Chat if you want to grow your channel. So, and that was when we only had 500 subscribers when we first started going over to Tuber Chat almost 3 years ago, and now we're moving right along. You know, things have definitely slowed down here on YouTube, but Tuber Chat is definitely sort of what I attribute the continued growth of the channel to, mainly because I really think that expanding your sort of base of friends on YouTube can really help grow your channel. So yeah, that's awesome. It's still in the oven though. Cool. Kendra is here with your, we were talking about your submission to the Wheel of Regret, Miss Kendra. Everyone is going to be interested to see what happens with peanut butter and pickles in a chaffle, I'm sure. Yeah. Tuber Chat is the bestest. Yes. Andy's almost home. So in the background, thank you for being here, Andy. Do I use monk fruit in any of my recipes? I do not. Most of what I use is I have a couple of different sweeteners that I use. Like I do have some liquid monk fruit, but I haven't used it a lot. I typically stick to a Swerve, either like a powdered sweetener, or Swerve has like a golden sweetener, so it's like a brown sugar substitute. So I typically stick to the Swerve as far as sweeteners go, and then I quite often use the there's a couple of different stevia sweetened chocolate chips that I use kind of thing. I'd like to use the Lily's chocolate chips, but they don't sell those in Canada anymore unless you order them online, and that's just a pain. So there is a different supplier that has them here now. So yeah. So no, to answer the question, I don't really use monk fruit too much, but I do have it. Yes, tiramisu is great too. And again, I just want to sort of work it out how I can best come up with a low carb version of the dessert that everyone should like, kind of thing. Can't talk, no sound. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for being here, Kendra. Appreciate it. I'm in the US, but Thanksgiving makes more sense in October. Yeah, it seems more. Well, it's definitely more in line with our harvest season up here when it starts, kind of thing. But it is different. It is weird how it's different months, but what isn't weird between the two countries right now? So after hitting 10K, I got an offer to do unlisted videos for a couple of restaurants. Cool. Well, that's awesome. It's always nice to get for things to reach out if it's something that you think is going to be beneficial for your channel. I've had a few companies that sort of have reached out. You've seen the reviews of products for companies that reach out. And, again, it's one of those things where you have to kind of decide for yourself whether what is being offered and the kind of content that they want to make or want you to make is you're comfortable with. And, if it's something I find like an actual product review of like a hard product, like a vacuum sealer or an air fryer, like I've done, or things like that are, a little easier to do reviews of, unless it's a product that, like, if it's like an actual product that you consume, like a, food or drinks or whatever that people want you to do a review of, I wouldn't be comfortable reviewing anything that I'm not able to just do a full honest review on. But so far I haven't been sort of asked to do any reviews of, food products. I have just become an affiliate with another electrolyte company. So we'll be doing a review of their product pretty soon, but it's because, it's a good product. So, but it's one of those things where you just have to, whatever you're comfortable with working on. But that's amazing that companies are reaching out to you. And it's amazing you reach certain plateaus with subscribers and everything, and then all of a sudden you wind up getting a whole bunch of attention from companies. Thank you for sharing. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad you got me to go over there too, Gloria. It really changed things. Like you say, the channel was at 500 or so subscribers at the time, and I was really questioning whether or not I should continue doing YouTube, because it really wasn't, going the way I was hoping it would. But it was that sort of change in sort of the way I looked at it, where I wasn't, you can't sort of put yourself on an island and hope to grow without the assistance of other people on YouTube. I truly believe that you're always going to have better luck unless you've got some really, crazy content that's going to go viral all the time. If you're just trying to build a community, the easiest way to start that community, I think, is to get involved with other channels and get to know the people that support those other channels, because depending on what your content is, there's always going to be someone that of their followers that may be interested in what you're doing. So yeah, that was definitely the biggest change. I too only have 490 subs. Cool. Yeah. Okay. How come I don't see anyone's chat messages? Okay. So Gloria, I'm right now streaming in a dual format. So there's actually two live streams going on right now. One is vertical, up and down, which is the one you're seeing. And then the other one is horizontal. So it depends on which live stream you actually clicked on. Unfortunately, it's not merging the two chats so that you guys can see each other. I wish it could, but I don't know that that's ever going to happen. Best I can do is show your comments on screen here. So like I say, you're in the vertical stream, and then a lot of the other comments you're not seeing are coming from the horizontal stream. So that's why you're not seeing everybody. Yeah. Kender's over at the other one. Can't seem to find Lily chocolate chips and is that why they aren't selling them? It sucks. Yeah. I can't remember if you can get Lily's online still. There was a couple of, like, it's not Switch Groceries, but there was another online sort of store that was selling stuff like that. I can't remember if they still have them. Like, you can get the chocolate bars is here all over the place, but you can't get like you used to be able to get Lily's white chocolate, like regular milk chocolate chips. You used to be able to get peanut butter chocolate chips and caramel and dark chocolate. Then all of a sudden they just disappeared from Canada. So yes, it is very hard for us to find things here. It's definitely annoying not having all of the different products here. I get it. Some of the stuff or some of the products that are manufactured in the US can't even be sold here with the same ingredients that they're made with there. So, I do get it, but yeah, it's always crazy when you go down south of the border and go to a grocery store and you see all these things that, like I for one really like pork rinds. Here, the selection of pork rinds is basically, for the most part, one company. That's that Bacon's or whatever pork rinds. That's it for the most part. You go to Walmart anywhere in the States and they've got a full section of different pork rinds. It's like, so like, what's the problem? Why can't we get stuff like that? So yeah, but it's the way it is. Thankfully, I like the brand of pork rinds we can get here. Yes, congrats, Gloria, on reaching your 10K. That's amazing. Fan, little linen basket. Yeah, I don't do medicine or sports drink. No modeling either. Yeah, I'm definitely happy that I continued. It's definitely a struggle here on YouTube these days, though. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's things have changed. Again, I'm not sure what to do other, like, I don't want to chase trends, and I don't want to do, viral clickbaity kind of content, but things have definitely changed somewhere along the line. And it's, I've talked to quite a few other creators and they've noticed the same kind of deal. So yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, you're in the vertical side. Lilies are hard for me to find in the States. Other products are starting to come out with alternative sugars. Cool. Yeah. So there's a company called Krizda here in Canada that makes sweetener and the sugar-free chocolate chips that I get. They're pretty good. So yeah, Amazon sells Lily's, but Amazon Canada, when you're trying to buy stuff like that off of Amazon Canada, it is so expensive. So I've thankfully found a Canadian supplier that can get most of the same stuff, or well, what I'm looking for. But I'm also, when I was out in BC in October there, I came across the company that makes flavored pork rinds that are really good. Like they are so good. I could barely stop myself from eating this bag of pork rinds. Problem was is at the time they were only able to sell within BC, but they've since been able to get their approval to sell countrywide. So I'm going to get some of those in as well so that I can review those and let you know how they are. They're not super expensive, and holy cow, were they ever tasty. I can't think I had like a white cheddar pork rind. It's like one of the best pork rinds I've ever had. So look forward to that. Yes, only one kind of pork rind here. Yes, I agree with you, but let's do what we love doing and wait for a change in YouTube. Yep. And that's all we can do, Gloria. It's just keep on doing what we do. I guess that's one of the sort of catalysts to this new set of chaffle recipes I want to do with the not so common ingredients, is that things like that seem to be doing better these days. The last few chaffle recipes that I've put out are fairly safe, but you're talking, I see Gloria's talking about, my first shorts videos always got 5,000 views easily. Now it's like 1,000 if I'm lucky. Yeah. And shorts aside, my shorts videos haven't gotten any views for 2 years. So I'm not too worried about the shorts video. And it's funny, my other channel where I post all of my non-keto content, those shorts over there are all getting over 1,000 views. And I'm lucky if I can get 300 on this channel, which is weird. But again, I don't put very many shorts out either. So, and again, I don't want to come off as saying or as if I'm complaining about it. It's just weird as a content creator how things can be going so well, and then you just continue doing what you've been doing while things were going well, and then all of a sudden things just go blip and just they're dead. You go from 1,500, 2,000 views on every video week after week after week down to 200 for no reason whatsoever. So it's disheartening when you're a content creator and you think you're doing things wrong. But like Gloria was saying there, all you can really do is keep doing what you like doing. And again, hopefully I'm helping at least one person every week with a new idea with chaffles that can help them with their journey, right? Because that's really the reason I'm here. So Juliet has a pantry full of pickle flavored pork rinds. Yeah. The problem here is that if we had pickle flavored pork rinds, they would just be loaded with junk. They would just be nasty. Like it would be all seed oils and maltodextrin and things you can't pronounce. So unfortunately, it's the only clean pork rinds that I've found here are the plain Bacon's pork rinds, I think they're called. And it's just pork rinds, lard, and salt. That's it. Every single flavored pork rind here has junk ingredients in it, unfortunately. I use a bunch of hashtags. I've been with short. Yep. That's definitely what you can do. Put anything new on your other channel? No, I do have a whole bunch of sort of content I still have to go through from our vacation to put up there. I've been doing putting together a holiday video series that I've mentioned a few times. It's not Vlogmas, although it will run for 24 days, right up until Christmas Eve in December. So starting Monday on December 1st, every morning at 8 a.m. here on this channel will be a new video for 24 days. So I've been busy putting that together. It is done. I've fixed all the mistakes. I had to re-upload 2 videos that I made errors in. They're all fixed, ready to go. So again, it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing super interesting. It's just something that I thought might be fun to do for once, kind of thing. I'll probably never do it again, but it's that's sort of why I haven't been able to do anything on the other channel yet or recently. So the other channel is basically what I've found on this channel, which is the keto channel, is that I've quite often put out, once a year, I like to use my GoPro to take video of like hummingbirds and stuff like that. And, if I'm out touring the cities, I like to make like just out and about videos, like just stuff that isn't related to like a keto lifestyle or journey kind of thing. So it doesn't seem to do it. The one thing you need to know about doing content is that it's hard you're trying to keep the momentum going with your videos. And what happens is if you have momentum going and then you put out a video that's not related to what you're doing and it doesn't do well, it can really impact the amount or the consistency that your channel flows through. So that's what my other channel is for. I think Pete is dropping a link for it there. So yeah, my other channel is just called Just Jason. You can find it with handle It's Just Jason, because I have only got a few videos over there so far. I just started it recently. So it's just something to keep that content in its own place, basically. So if you want to check it out, that's great. If not, like I say, I like putting stuff like that out there. It's just, I wanted to have a spot for it specifically. So sometimes see videos that nothing way different to mine, but yeah, I know. It's just hard to figure out for sure, Gloria. Also, my titles start with "Guess what's for dinner?" Yep. Yeah, and I've been trying to come up with better descriptions, better tags and titles and all that stuff, but I'm just not creative enough sometimes. Yes, 24 days in a row. It's nothing, like I say, it's nothing, in fact, I'll make a prediction right now is that it will not do great things for this channel, but again, it's just something that I like to do or I thought might be fun. So we're going to do it and see what happens. Brenda's here. Thanks for coming in, Brenda. We'll probably wrap things up here pretty soon. We've hit the 1 hour mark, so we'll just go through these last few comments. Create new thumbnails and drop old vids as new. I do that a lot. Anything that did well gets title of thumbnail. No, and be careful because that is technically a no-no on YouTube. They don't like you re-uploading content that's already been put out there. Again, I don't want to tell people what to do. I will put new thumbnails and titles on old videos, but I don't re-upload old videos because I believe technically that's against the guidelines in YouTube. Someone also have to sort of correct me if I'm wrong, but YouTube wants original content whenever you're uploading. So look into it. Again, I might be completely out to lunch on that, but I have heard that in the past. You just want to be careful with what you're putting up there, because like I say, YouTube they generally don't like you reusing old content, I don't think. Yeah, thanks for dropping that link, Pete. Appreciate it. Between my one steady Sunday live and 3 new vids a week. Yep, that's the way to do it for sure. If you can, like I say, I wish I had time to put out that much content. Maybe one day I will have time, but for now, I find it better to sort of concentrate on doing one quality video a week and then having this live stream every week as well. Glory is enjoying a cup of coffee. That sounds good. Target Prime Rib is here. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, like I say, I could be completely out to lunch on that, but I believe I have heard that there is something that they frown upon as far as reusing old content. So again, all I can suggest is that you look into it and get better information from someone that's smarter than me about it. So what I've seen on other channels, you can update an old video with new content. Yep. Yeah, and that's true. You know, I think the difference is if you want to take an old video and change it, as long as you're not taking an existing video file that's exactly the same as what you've already uploading it and just putting a different thumbnail and title on it, that I don't think they look on as the way they want you to do it. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Chocolate drops in the house. Good to see you. Oh, cake is ready. Yeah, I know it doesn't feel like a Thursday, that's for sure. Waiting to cool it up for it to cool off to frost. Yeah, don't want to put your frosting on a cake right out of the oven, that's for sure. So I think that's pretty much it for this week. Like I say, we've got this new idea for chaffle recipes going. There is a ongoing sort of post on my community tab where I asked for suggestions as far as if there's anything you would like to see me make in a chaffle. You know, so far we have anchovies, sardines, and then peanut butter and pickles. And then Loretta and Jason submitted something as well, but that really sounds like a good chaffle, but it's not sort of the wheel of regret ingredients kind of thing. So we will, yeah. Can you imagine, Nora? That would, imagine putting that out. Holy cow. Talk about getting hate for a chaffle recipe. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, you know, what we'll do is I'll leave that post up there for a while, and you know, maybe next Thursday what we'll do is we'll spin the wheel next Thursday and pick our first wheel of regret ingredient, and then the following week I'll make that chaffle and we'll see how it turns out. And then, like I said, starting Monday morning, which I think Monday is December 1st. So Monday morning at 8 a.m. and then every day until December 24th at 8 a.m. a new video will come out that hopefully doesn't bore everyone to tears. It's just my fun holiday video series that's going to run for 24 days. I won't get into what it's about, but you'll know what it's about after the first one. So yeah. And I know you're kidding. I think I've gotten the roadkill chaffle suggestion before too. So, you know, I'm all for making interesting videos, but we don't want to go too far. So again, happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends. I hope you all have a good weekend, and then enjoy the rest of your sort of holiday weekend down there. And we will see you sort of Monday for the beginning of the holiday video series, and then we'll see you back here next Thursday night for another live stream. I did drop a chaffle recipe video last night because I wanted to get it out before this new series starts on Monday, because once that starts, putting out new chaffle recipes might get sort of lost in the mix. So we probably won't do another recipe video this weekend, but we'll be back with lots of content starting next week. So have a great night, everyone. As always, keep on thriving.